Good evening. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Fall River Licensing Board. For the record, today is April 21st, 2021. The board members pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. The board members are in person at Government Center, and the applicants and other members of the public are participating remotely. For the record, we'll do a roll call. Mr. McCoy? Here. Mrs. Esposito?
Here.
And the chair is here. First item on our agenda is public input. At this point, we have no one that has signed up for public input. Is there anything that's come in, Carrie?
No, not for me.
Is there anyone participating in this meeting that would like to address the board?
Mr. Chairman, hi, it's Patrick. I would just
Hi.
like to suggest to Ricky Tith that you have you're signed in on two different locations and one has a live mic, and that's going to be interfering with the meeting. If you can shut off that second microphone, you'll make this meeting very easy for the participants to be able to hear what the licensing board is saying from
Okay,
Government
I'm going
Center.
to defer it to the television people. Can you tell us what Mr. Higgins is referring to?
Alex, can you shut off Ricky's mic?
1 second, please.
Okay, Ricky's off. We're good.
You're good?
You're good, John.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
thank
good.
you. Anything else, Mr. Higgins, or are you all set?
No, I'm looking forward to an interesting meeting. I don't know what Acknowledge 110 Grill is, but other than that, the agenda looks good.
Okay, first item on our agenda, common victual licenses or a change of location. U.S. Pizza and Grill, 101 President Avenue, 8A, Mina, Union. Is there someone here? Someone online with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yep. The new address is 101 President Ave, Fall River, Massachusetts, in zip code 02720, suite number 8A. I would like to change the address, and we're gonna keep everything same as it is. We only need to change the location from 1856 Pleasant Street to 101 President Ave.
Okay, that's in the Executive Plaza, correct? At the
Yes,
bottom
sir.
of President Avenue?
It's on the bottom of President Avenue in the falls.
Okay, what are your hours of operation going to be, sir?
It's the same hour we have. 10:30,
Okay, I'll ask you again, sir. What are your hours of operation?
Yep. Monday to Thursday, 10:30 to 10, and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 11.
And you close on Sundays?
Sunday, no, we open Sunday. Sunday will be 10:30 to 10 o'clock.
So Sunday through Thursday, 10:30
Yeah,
to 10.
Sunday to
Friday,
Thursday.
Saturday, 11 to 11.
11 to 11. Yep,
Okay. Any renovations planned, or it's going to stay the way it is?
the way it is.
Okay. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
No questions?
None.
Okay, is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Everything is in the file. Is there a motion from the board?
I'll make a motion that we grant the common victualers change of location.
Is a motion made to grant the change of location?
I'll second Mrs. Esposito's motion.
There's a motion made and seconded. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hong Mias Restaurant, 418 Quikasham Street, Ricky Tith. Okay, is there someone here with respect to that matter?
Yes, Ricky Tiff.
Okay, could you state your name and address, please, for the record?
Ricky Tiff, 169 Warm Shutter Street, Fall River, Massachusetts, 02723. Business address is 418 Quikasham Street, Fall River, Mass.
Okay.
02723.
This has been the restaurant before, correct? This is just a
Yes.
change of owner?
Yes, just the name, new owner.
Okay, what are your planned hours of operation, sir?
From Monday, we close, Tuesday from 10 a.m. till Sunday, 8 p.m. So, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
So Tuesday through Sunday,
Yes.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and you're closed
Yep.
on Mondays?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you planning any renovations there? Because this has been a restaurant several times, correct? This is
Yes,
in
sir.
the Cambodian Center, correct? The Khmer Center?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Just a minor like painting and stuff.
All right, but you're not moving walls or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, everything is in the file for this one as well. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
I have no question.
None.
Okay, is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the common victualers change of location.
That's just a common victular, no change. Okay, so there's a motion made to approve the common victular's license.
I'll
there-
second Mrs. Esposito's motion.
There's a motion made and seconded. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. Thank you. Good luck.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you. New alcohol common victualer's license, New Asia One, DBA Asia One Sushi and Bar, 1347, 1355 South Main Street. The applicant has requested that the matter be tabled to the next meeting. So is there a motion to table that?
Make a motion to table this to the next meeting.
Second.
It's a motion made and seconded to table. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. Transfer all alcohol common victualers license, change of manager, change of officers, directors, and LLC managers. Vera Alta LLC, 826 Plymouth Avenue, Maria H. Sarmento.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Walter Fraze for the corporation. As all of you know, the Beta Alta restaurant, which operated under the business name of High Roof Cafe, Inc., has been in the Sarmento family for several decades. A few years ago, they decided to sell the business and take back a long-term lease on the premises to an individual from the state of Rhode Island. Unfortunately, his venture did not go well, and without giving notice to the Sarmentos in 2018, he closed the restaurant and just abandoned it. As a result, the Sarmentos, having taken a pledge of the license and UCCs on all of the assets of the corporation, foreclosed and took over the license and have been renewing it under the High Roof Cafe Inc. name until this year when they decided to create a new LLC. It had been in their plans prior to this, but obviously with all the restaurants being closed during the pandemic, they decided to wait until this year. And now they have created the LLC. The prior owner was Maria Sarmento, who is the wife of David and also owns the real estate. She will now be the sole manager and sole owner of the LLC. Her daughter-in-law, also Maria Sarmento, is here on the Zoom call. She will be the manager, and during the time that the Sarmento family operated the restaurant, she was also serving as the manager. So essentially, we have a situation with very experienced, very successful family taking over the restaurant again with the hope of recreating what it always has been. And because of this, obviously, not only is it a transfer of the license, but there has to be a change of manager, change of officers, directors, shareholders, and the LLC manager. That, I believe, is a summary of what we're proposing, and we'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Okay, so just to be clear, so it's basically going back onto the operation of the Sarmento family. And will it
Correct.
operate the way they always operated it, the same type of
That's
food
their-
and everything?
That's their intention, yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, and how about hours?
Statutory hours, please.
Okay, all right, I think you've cleared, so if it's transferred, you want the new license issued in the name of the LLC,
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
And the managers of the LLC are the mother, Maria Sarmento?
She is the sole manager of the LLC.
Right, and the daughter, Maria, is the manager of the license?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
I have no questions.
And it's unfortunate that they have to go through this, but we never had any issues with the Sarmentos. They were always fine. We never had, it wasn't a problem location, probably because they have very competent counsel that's directing them. So, my predecessor. Okay. Is there anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there anyone zooming in with us that have anything that they'd like to add? Okay, so I think we're gonna need 3 motions. One would be the transfer,
Yep,
on the transfer, one on the manager,
yep,
and one on the change of the officers, directors, and the
Yeah.
manager of the LLC.
yep.
So, are there any motions from the members of the board?
I'll make a motion that we, 1, approve the transfer of the license.
Okay, we'll deal with that first.
Second.
All right, there's a motion made and seconded to approve the transfer of the license. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. The next would be on the approval of Maria as the, Maria Sarmento as the manager. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Maria Sarmento as the manager.
Second that motion.
All right, there's a motion made and seconded to approve Maria Sarmento as the manager. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. And lastly would be the approval of the change of officers, directors, and managers of the LLC of Bera Alta LLC. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the change of officers, change of directors, change of the LLC managers.
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to allow the change of officers, directors, and managers of the LLC. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. Thank you, Attorney Fraze, and good luck to the
Good luck.
Sarmentos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Next item on the agenda is the transfer of all alcohol common Vitulis license, La Conquosta Lounge LLC, 227 South Main Street, Nuno, DeSoto.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Arthur Frank. I'm a lawyer with an address of 209 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts, and I represent La Conquista Lounge LLC, the principals of whom are Nuno and Maria DeSoto, and I see their picture up on the screen share. So they are here to answer any questions. But let me give you some background first on Mr. and Mrs. DeSoto. In 2018, this board granted their corporation, the La Conquista Corporation, a license to open up a restaurant at 299 South Main Street, which is just south of this location. The DeSutos own that building, and they were in the process of rehabilitating it for mixed use and for a restaurant on the first floor. That had been an insurance business. I think it was Amica at one time, and they were going to convert the cafeteria into a restaurant. They never got to the restaurant portion because of COVID. It was going to be too much of an expense without knowing what the return would be. So they shelved the project. And then this past winter, when they thought about reviving it, somebody made an advantageous offer to purchase 299 South Main Street. So they sold that building, but it just so happened that a new individual was buying the building at 227 South Main Street, where Adagio was. Adagio being in the process of closing or having closed. So Mr. DeSuto and his wife made arrangements to lease out the space formerly known as Adagio. They are looking for an approval to transfer the Adagio license to this new location. Mrs. DeSuto is going to be the manager, and we figure that because it was already an ongoing restaurant, the renovations are really little or none to be done. Maybe some cleanup work, maybe some paint, which Mr. DeSuto, who is a contractor by trade, will perform himself. That's the gist of it, Mr. Chairman. They're looking for hours of 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and being closed on Monday. If you need to know more about their operation or what their menu is going to be, Mrs. DeSuto is more than happy to answer your questions.
Okay, essentially, I would imagine going to do the same thing here that you plan to do in the other location, correct?
Yes.
As far as the food type and everything? Can you
Yeah,
just briefly give us a little summary of what type of food? And Mrs. DeSuto, if you can tell us your experience as dealing with managing alcohol and the distribution of alcohol, the sale of alcohol?
John, their microphone is muted.
Okay, could you unmute the microphone, please? We can't see that where we're sitting. Okay, Mr. DeSuto, Mrs. DeSuto, can you hear us?
If they hold their space bar down, that will open the microphone temporarily so they can talk.
Hello?
John, they're working on it. They're open.
Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yes. In Brockton, Massachusetts, my cousin owned a restaurant with a club there. I worked with him for many years.
Okay. And what type of food are you planning, sir?
I'm planning to serve American Portuguese food.
American Portuguese? Okay. And Mrs. DeSuto, have you worked as with alcohol as far as serving alcohol?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Mrs. DeSuto, though, is going to be the manager?
Yes.
Okay. What does she have any experience?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What is that experience?
I've been working the retirement committee as a manager in the dining service.
Okay.
And, okay.
And do you plan to be on the property during normal hours of operation?
Yes.
You'll be there, right? Okay.
Yes.
That's all we needed. We didn't need a police report on this, right? Because they already have the license. All right. Any questions from the members of the board?
Can I just get a clarification?
Sure.
Through the chair, Attorney Frank, the hours again?
Certainly, they're looking to be open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, closed Monday, and the hours would be 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah, Sunday can't be 2 a.m. It has to be 1.
Okay?
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions?
No comment.
Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion from the board we would need? It's just the transfer we have to approve, right? Because she's already the manager, Carrie? Right?
It's a transfer?
Yep.
Okay.
So is there a motion to transfer?
I'll make a motion to transfer the all alcohol common victualers license.
I'll second Mrs. Esposito's motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the transfer of the all alcohol common victualers license. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. Good luck.
good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, change of officers, directors, LLC managers, change of manager, transfer of stock, new stockholder. Springdale Liquors, Inc., DBA Cappy's Fine Wine and Spirits, 580 William S. Canning Boulevard, Scott G. Moore. Is there someone here on
Good
behalf of the
afternoon.
applicant?
Yes, Attorney Trish Farnsworth is here. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And with me is Scott Moore. You can see him. And also Kelsey Williams, who's the proposed manager. She's on her phone.
Okay,
So this is Cappy's, which I'm sure you're familiar with. You know, they've been around since 1940, and right now, fourth generation owned, you know, fine wines, spirits, beer. And currently, Brian Moore owns the stock of the corporation, and he's gifting it to his son, Scott Moore. And Scott Moore has two other Cappy's stores in the Commonwealth, one in Medford and one in Malden. So this will be his third. And, you know, Cappy's has a great record, long-term staff, they're a community involved and all that. And Kelsey Williams is the manager on site. We supplied her resume, which is extensive. You know, she has experience going back, I think, 1996 in the alcohol business. So she can talk more about her experience as well. So we're here for the transfer of stock ownership, and along with that, so Brian Moore will not be an officer and director. It will be his son, Scott Moore, and then the change of manager.
okay. So other than the paperwork of the supporting entities, nothing's changing at that location, correct?
Correct, Scott? Yeah.
Okay. And just on the manager, I know she's on by phone. How many hours a week are you basically at that property?
I am never here less than 46.
Okay. And you don't see that changing going forward?
I do not.
Okay. I mean, since they've been, this is at South Coast Marketplace. Since they've been there, we've had no issues. There's been nothing that we've come to our attention of any issues at that site. Everything appears to be in order in the file. Thank you for filing it the way you did. It's very easy to follow. I appreciate that.
Sure.
I don't know if there are any questions from the members of the board. I think we have, I have everything. Is the police report there, Carrie? Yes, it's all set.
All right.
It's favorable. So that would be the only thing that would have held it up for action by the board, but it is all set. It was approved. So are there any questions from the members of the board?
None.
I have no questions.
Are there any questions? Anyone Zooming or anything of that nature? Any questions? If this is all set, we would then need to have several motions again. We need to have a motion for the change of officers, directors, managers of the LLC. We need to have a transfer of the stock and stockholder and the manager on the license itself. So the first one would be the change of officers, directors, managers. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the change of officers, directors, and the managers.
Okay, there's a motion made. Is there a second?
Second, Mrs. Esposito's motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes,
And the chair votes yes. The motion would be to transfer the stock and the new stockholder.
Yep. Making a motion to approve the transfer of the stock and the new stockholder.
So motion made to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. And the last motion would be to approve the manager.
Make a motion to approve the new manager.
So motion made, and is there a second?
Second with a question, and that's Ms. Williams, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the manager, and that's been made and seconded. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. So you're all set. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Good luck.
Good luck.
Great, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Change of location, beer and wine package store license, Stafford Road Liquors, Inc., 440 Northeast Stafford Road, Caesar Simus. Is there someone
Good
here on
evening,
that
Mr.
matter?
Chairman. Mr. Chairman, permission
Attorney
to proceed.
Assad?
Good evening, Attorney Assad.
Good evening, Chairman Salino, member commissioners. For the record, my name is David Assad. I'm an attorney licensed to practice in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I maintain offices at 326 Pine Street in the city of Fall River. Present this evening with me is Mr. Caesar Simas, who is the director of Stafford Road Liquors. He's available to answer any questions that I may not be able to answer. So as the chairman has stated, it's strictly a physical move from inside the premises located at 440 Stafford Road into suite number 5, which is the northeast corner of a separate building on the premises at 440 Stafford Road, identified by the assessors as Suite 5, which contains about 64,000 plus or minus square feet. So the proposal is to take the beer and wine business from inside the main supermarket that we all know as Ciabra and move it into that suite number 5 as a separate and distinct operating component of from Stafford Road Liquors. The detailed drawings were rather large, and I think Ms. Ayash received and gave you all the PDFs that you could see, but the new location is approximately 95 feet by 66 feet. There's storage space that measures approximately 16.5 feet by 50 feet. The retail space opens to the public, measures approximately 76 by 64 feet. There is also a proposed wine tasting area that will be created, but that will be when the build out is done. The build out is being done by the landlord, and Stafford Road Liquors is paying strictly a rent for that build out. In all other respects, the operation of Stafford Road Liquors will remain the same, other than physically moving from inside the current building at 440 Stafford Road into Suite 5.
Okay. When do you anticipate this is going to, would be ready to happen?
Well, Mr. Simas is probably more capable of answering that than I am.
I would say our target date at this point, if everything goes well today, would be most likely towards the end of June, beginning of July.
Okay. Because I think, because it's a new location, we would require a site visit before the license is issued. So once your construction is done and you have your occupancy, you would need to notify the board, if it's approved, for someone to go out there and look at the property. Okay, just to look at the plans, look at the property to make sure we're in the same ballpark. So basically, it's nothing changed. It's going to operate the way it's operating in the store. You're just moving it out.
That's it.
And you're the manager?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're there full time?
All the time.
I love when they say all the time. Owning my own
But
business, I appreciate
that's an honest
that.
answer. He's there all the time.
All right, I think everything's in fine order. We didn't need a police report because it's already an existing license. Any questions?
I was just curious, Mr. Simus, what has been operating in Suite 5, or has it been vacant?
It's been vacant for a little over 2 years. It was the former Evelyn's that moved over to the South Coast Marketplace.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
All right. Any other questions?
None.
You're good? Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the change of location of the beer and wine license.
Second, Mrs. Esposito's motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the transfer, the change of location. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Good luck. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, member commissioners.
Okay.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next matter, old business, new business. We had show cause hearings for the Republican Club, 1600 North Main Street, which have been continued for further clarification on the issues. So we need a motion to continue.
Make a motion to continue the show cause hearing.
There's a motion to continue.
Second on the continuation.
There's a motion made and seconded to continue the hearing. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next item is to acknowledge 110 Grill. We have a letter addressed to Carrie that says, "Good afternoon, Carrie. 110 Grill in Fall River did a manager change on our liquor license from Dan Resendes to Lindsay Beltran. Lindsay is no longer with the company. Dan is the interim general manager until one is appointed. When one is appointed, I will file for change of manager. We anticipate that this will occur in the next 2 weeks. Thank you for your assistance, Cynthia Jansen, Human Resource Manager." So it would appear that would be on our next agenda.
Yeah.
Right, Carrie, if everything comes in on time? Okay. And give them credit for at least acknowledging that to us and letting us know that there's been a change there.
Yep.
Okay? So I really think the only thing we need to do with that is accept it and place it on file. So is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the letter and place it on file.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to accept and place on file. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Are there any other matters to come before the licensing board? If there are
No, I
none,
think you did a good job.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much,
you.
Patrick.
Motion
Is there
to
a motion
adjourn?
I don't mind helping with the Zoom since you can't see the screens as to who's on
Thank you.
mute and stuff,
Mute.
so
That's very helpful, Patrick. Thank you.
y'all have a good night.
You too. There's a motion to adjourn by Mr. McCoy. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to adjourn. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Mrs. Esposito?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.